Oh my goodness. Well, hello there, everybody, and welcome to a fine Thursday evening, or whatever it happens to be in your time zone. I'm sectoral leader Cody, and I'm Cody. Hello, everybody. Welcome on in. You almost got it. It does auto-refund you, though, if you happen to miss a letter. It was a Dimenda this time. Why is the Dimenda so small? Don't I have the hitbox set to middle? That is such a tiny Dimenda. What the heck? Oh, we got a leaf storm going on here. Oh my goodness. Well, welcome on in, everybody. Congrats on getting first Omega. Congrats on getting second Aqua. Congrats on getting third Cake. Welcome into all three of you. Also, welcome on into Gothic and Ninja. Good to see you as well. And anybody else who may have arrived here on a lurk. It is lovely to see you all. There's the leaf storm. That is a reminder of the fall. I mean, fall is... Our symptoms of fall are pretty much gone. We're transitioning into early winter. Except for tomorrow. Tomorrow we're supposed to go back into fall. I'm quick with the first. Indeed, indeed. I'm quick with the tush first. You probably are sectoral captain. Oh my goodness. We also have some really impressive attendance rates. We've got Aqua with 46 sessions at 97.9, approaching that 98% threshold. We've got Cake at 40 with 90.9%. We're getting some really good percentages going on there. Also, Crysta snuck in there. I see that wild Crysta who got hit with a gift sub yesterday from the Fool. We had our little weather report too. I usually don't read the very first weather reports, but you know, read at your leisure. Omega maintaining that 100% on 47 sessions. My goodness. My goodness. But yeah, welcome on in, everybody. Wanted to stop in and say hi. Gonna attempt to go back to bed because oh no, not feeling well, darn it. That really sucks. I know fall is the season for the under the weather stuff to start affecting a lot of us, so I'm glad you're taking care of yourself. I appreciate you stopping on by. I hope your rest goes well, and oh no. Oh, it's the aggressive one. Well, oh my goodness. I hope your body is able to fight it off quickly, because yeah, it can be a pretty rough experience. And it's such a varied experience too. Like, it hits some people more harder than others, and some. I guess it depends on like the strain or something. It's a pretty aggressive virus. It has some bite to it. Not very fun to be dealing with that kind of stuff. Yeah. Hopefully your body is able to give it a good smackdown and just toss out that virus soon. Speaking of Smackdowns, the weather's doing a Smackdown right now. I'm watching a pretty solid line moving across Texas here. Well, it's not as solid as it was 30 minutes ago, but it's still there. It's still a little spicy. No, skinny girl. I love food. Ote is crackers and water. Oh no, it's really the illnesses that hit appetite really annoy me. I don't like them because it's like I like eating something every day. I like giving my body fuel and all that stuff. And it's like the illnesses that irritate me the most though are the ones that affect my voice. I really do not like it when an illness targets my voice, and some strains of that virus do target the voice. It is super annoying, and it takes a long time to recover from. It's ridiculous. But yeah. Oh my goodness. Hopefully it goes away sooner than later, because let's face it, like, none of us can argue against this. Food is fantastic. Sorry. Do I have a hole in my sock? What? Nope. Apparently I'm just stepping on something and it feels like there's no sock there. Let me just throw that away. There we go. Need light food on the stomach. Yeah, if the stomach is doing flips and all that, yeah. Keeping it light. Also, vitamin C. Vitamin C does wonders. Oh, maybe some other vitamins, too. Someone's super sick. I couldn't eat for 48 hours. Oh. Yeah, it really sucks when that happens. Because food is a fuel for your body to fight off things. That's rough. No, hopefully get better sooner than later. I haven't been ill for a while, but it has been recent enough. So I'm hoping that I won't have to deal with any illnesses for a little while. I love food and miss it. Not to mention ethemophobia. Yeah, being able to eat. Oh, eating food is very, very nice to have. So yeah, that illness needs to go. Hopefully your body can make it go. Food is finally here. Oh, heck yes. Food time is one of the best times of the day. One of the best times of the day. I mean, we all have our arguments of what time of the day is the best time of the day. We do have a very fantastic person in the community who is just arrived, by the way. Pixie's just arrived here, everybody. Give Pixie a follow. Go follow Pixie. DBD. And because 2v8 got extended, there'll probably be more 2v8s in the very near future. So, yeah, give Pixie a follow. It's a lot of fun. From what I read, it takes 1 to 3 days to work out of the system. And the lovely symptom, the cough, is notorious for lingering for 1 to 2 weeks after your illness is gone. It's really annoying. It depends on where the illness targets, but oh my goodness, yeah. That annoying cough that lingers, that's got to be one of the obnoxious symptoms that it leaves behind for a while. So excited they extended it. It really that is awesome. And hearing that even Fool enjoyed it. Oh my goodness. Too bad PvP games are just like not my cup of tea, but I'll watch. At least I'll watch DBD. I'm not sure about the first-person shooter games. Those games get too toxic in PvP environments. I'd much rather not watch those, but DBD? Oh, DBD's a lot of fun to watch. But I hope everybody's been having a lovely time so far. It is wonderful to have you all here. Yesterday was immensely more exciting than I thought it was going to be. So, when we did the collab yesterday, I knew about 1 hour in advance. or I was given the offer about 1 hour in advance, and I was like, oh, okay. I'll just... So, you know, I flipped that stream to 18 plus because, well, that's also something I take into consideration. Like, hey, I'm collabing with a community that's 18 plus, so we're gonna be 18 plus. It's just, you know, it's like level sync, or sorry, minimum level requirement or something like that. I don't know. It you know, it just makes things a lot less problematic. But I mean, you know, not too much of a worry. I mean, honestly, everybody here is so well behaved anyways, so, you know, as long as we didn't have somebody coming in blatantly saying, hey, I'm breaking this rule. It happens. But you know, if we ever do have like a little 18 plus stream popping in and all that, make sure you don't blatantly go, hi, I am not following this rule. Don't do that. That is a very quick way to get yeeted. It has happened in the past. It hasn't happened. I don't think it's happened here. We did have one individual yesterday who didn't get the message on another certain rule, but oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Thankfully, those people aren't usually around for much longer because you don't charge into a place saying, hey, I can break the rules. That's not how it works. Hey, I ran this red... Hello, officer. I ran this red light. But I looked both ways, so it's perfectly fine. You know, that logic. You don't do that. Oh my god. So it's sort of, similar logic to that. Let someone do it. Oh, no, like I said, in this community, we have not had somebody blatantly come and say, hey, I'm underage and an 18 plus. Which, good. We don't want to run into that. Now, I don't have the 18 plus tag this time, but that does not, that doesn't mean all these rules are lifted. That is just the, I've got a certain rule that applies to whether the tag is there or not. I'm here to break rules and chew bubblegum, not how to rules. Oh my goodness. I gotta say, the rule that's, oh, Pergy, welcome on in. Oh my goodness. All right, I'm still looking straight at the messages, and then I'm not realizing that there are messages. Notivirus run through the house last Christmas. That is not a fun time to get it. I mean, if we're looking at probabilities, that is a pretty popular time for viruses and flus and that to make their rounds because people are gathering. Still not a fun time for that kind of stuff to go around. Yeah, if I have to... Are you tush? Wow, I missed that one too. That's very archivable. Oh my goodness. Archive tush. Or we'll just send that one off to the Discord for the archive. No worries. Know how to sneak it unnoticed. The thing is, I have Firebolt right in front of me. How am I not reading messages? Firebolt is right in front of me. Maybe it's because there's too many things happening off to the side. I don't know. The storm that I was looking at that was croissant-shaped is not croissant-shaped anymore. It's still in Texas, but it's not croissant-shaped. Oh, it is heading for Austin, though. Well, I'll get into details on the weather in just a bit. So yeah, I hope everybody's been having a lovely time so far. I think I've decided what drawing I'm going to work on. Keep in mind, these are drawings from the hand. So, some of the drawings I do are trace-assisted. Where, I use a model that I have or a picture of my character, and I trace based off of that. Really cool example of that. Before I can show you, though, I need to make sure my no AI thing is up. Where is it? Where the heck is it? Oh, it's not on the just chatting scene. Okay, it's not on the just chatting scene, so I can't show you on this scene. How bad is the weather in Texas right now? Well, tornado potential has dropped, but I'm still seeing some cells bordering on severe for wind and hail potential and rainfall potential. I'm still seeing those, but the tornado capability seems to have fizzled out about 45 minutes ago. Okay, so if I go over here, and then I do this, then I could show you a trace-assisted drawing that I did really good on. It's a drawing of Dimenda. I actually did pretty decent on this one. It was just... What did I use as the pose? What did I use as the pose model again? I don't remember. Oh, it was a screenshot of the... Yeah, it was a screenshot of Dimenda's model. I see. Crysta. Those are all Crystas. Oh, hold on. They're heading the wrong way. They're not well, I mean, these ones don't really aim anywhere. You see the NWS golf ball size hail warning the other day? Oh my goodness. You know, today there was a particular cell I was looking at with 75 decibels on it. I'm suspecting golf ball size hail was in that. Or maybe even a little larger. It didn't last all that long, though. It was sort of when the cell was flaring up. Okay, I'm going to bring us over here. And we're going to move on to the drawing part. Now, for the drawing, I do like to just have, like, some music running in the background, just quietly in that. YouTube side, you're not going to hear the music, so if I make comments on the music and you can't hear it, it's because I muted that layer. Is how it goes with the drawing stream, so that I don't have 10 different copyright claims on the YouTube video. Because we all know how trigger-happy YouTube is with their copyright claims. YouTube, if you want to make money, then you got to make it past the the copyright maze. There we go. The copyright maze. Okie dokie. Whoa, why'd the volume get set to 100 on the player? Let me just... We'll set that there, and I'm just gonna... Do I have a separate playlist that's not that doesn't have badly balanced sounds? No, I don't like that one. Oh, I have a playlist that only contains spooky music. You know what? Sure. Halloween's over, but who cares? Halloween is forever. I'll get that ready. Okay. And now we're gonna get the editor up here. Now, Crysta might look a little different because, again, keep in mind my drawing ability is not exactly as good with hand drawn as it is with trace assisted. We're still gonna work on it. Also, let me make sure I'm actually set to the correct pen type. There we go. Halloween never ends if you believe hard enough. Exactly. Okay, so I gotta switch over to here, and also we're just gonna do that, and we're gonna play the music. Ah, that is pretty spooky. Oh, you know what? Hold on. I can better separate this. What I also like to do during this is, first of all, do that. Then I'm gonna set this, and then in OBS I go add executable, add this, and then I remove it from here. And then I remind myself to please fix it afterwards. Okay, there we go. I think we are all set now. So we've got a Crysta here. Yes, she's thick. I know. You know, that's something like that is actually one thing that I can't properly express in the in her model, because the VTube Studio, which is what I use to edit the model's proportions, outfit, etc., does not have a slider for butt for some reason. You know, it has a slider for almost everything else, and it has a detailed slider for tail, but it doesn't have a slider for the Rs for some reason. Did you see CC? Oh my goodness, the CC has no filter. I always say the word arse, and it's just like, nah, no, this is what you meant to say. Oh my goodness, did it just say 50cc? I'm not talking about Mario Kart. Where did they get that from? Okay, the CC wants to play Mario Kart, confirmed. All right, let's get to work. So this is the line stage. Oh my goodness, all my colors are not correct. I'm not supposed to put any color on this layer. Okay, so for outer lines, I use a 5. Wait, what am I doing here? What? Body line, body color. Oh, I was started on the cloves layer. I see. That's why this area does not have the bold line. Oh, and her hair is apparently part of a clothing. All right, sure, whatever you say. Oh, I was started with the inner lines. Okay, the inner lines are a 2 then. Inner lines are a 2. Face is going to be part of the other layer, which I already have complete. Oh, hold on. I think I know what I was working on. This is inner line right here. So this is going to be inner line as well. Okay. I think I know where I am. Right by Crysta's, well, she called them pillows. Yes. Okay. Oh, let me double check the music here. Nope, it's not too... I don't think it's too loud. Honestly, I need to figure out how to get audio ducking to work someday. OBS claims it has it, but when I have the options all checked, it doesn't do anything, so I've got to figure out how to get that working on OBS. I think audio ducking would be a great feature to have. You know, just have the audio automatically get a little louder if I'm not talking for a bit. Like the game audio, for instance. And then if I start talking, just have it, you know, just duck down. That's what audio ducking is. It's when you make a certain sound layer get quieter if another layer activates. That's not how I want to join that. Hold on. I'm going to deviate from the lines just a little here. The lines are just a guide anyways. No. We're going to do that. I should give Crysta gloves. You know what? I can just add those later. Right now we're doing the line layer anyways. Because well, you know, this is the drawing as is. Thick Crysta. Whoa, hold on. Oh my goodness. I was adding missing details over here. Supposed to be more hearts. I've actually been doing a really good job of keeping that up to date with that YouTube. In fact, as of tomorrow morning, you'll have all the streams from last week, if I'm not mistaken. Or is it Saturday? Oh, it might actually be Saturday morning. If I have to split a video into 2, then they get I try to do 1 video a day. And I just queue them up like that. Except I never publish videos on Sundays. Sundays, you know, everybody just take a day off, you know? Take a day off and chill with Pixie. Pixie streams on Sundays. most of the time. And Udon streams on Sundays most of the time, too. Oh, my goodness. Okay, this one... I think this one I'm going to do this. That's right, Marks. You are Halloween, too. This is Marks' theme. If anyone who's played Kirby Superstar, Marks is the final boss of Kirby Superstar. Well, of Milky Way Wishes, because Kirby Superstar is actually a whole bunch of like different little stories in that. But Milky Way Wishes is one of the last ones you play in Kirby Superstar. Okay, this is going to be interesting here. Okay. I might have to actually show the top part of the heart here. Now, if I go quiet, it's because I'm focused. It'll happen during drawing, that's for sure. I use line segments. I'm holding down the shift key right now. It allows you to draw in a line. And I'm just putting a whole bunch of little lines together. It helps me be more precise. I'm using mouse and keyboard. I don't have a drawing pad, so I don't have like that advantage. This one, I think we're to give little extra, make it a little extra wavy. Ah, yes. Remember Mario Maker? Hey, maybe I have streamed Mario Maker in the past. It's just I haven't really played Mario Maker in a long time. So I'd have to tell my brain, "Hey, can you fire up the idea engine once again, please and thank you?" And hope that my brain can come up with some ideas. Oh, I don't want I don't want orphan spaces because it's really hard to fit. It's annoying to fill those. Oh, we got some ads, everybody. So just get ready. That's the heads up for the ads there. We will be getting a weather report during that, though. So, heck yes. I like weather reports. Especially when my station's actually functioning. It's the little details that I'm going to adore on this outfit of Crysta. And you know what's going to happen if I make an outfit that looks really good on Crysta as a Halloween outfit? I'm going to want to integrate it into the VTuber costume, and that's going to be something else. I love how spooky some of the Boo House music is. Of all the old Mario stages, that's one of my the ghost houses are my favorite. Water. Don't mind if I do, Pixie. Whew. We got a whole bunch of leaves falling too. Look at that. Falls in full force. Everybody else, if you haven't had some water in a while, I highly recommend doing so. Get that water. Water is good for you. Water is very good for you. If you're experiencing a headache, or, I mean, oh my goodness. If you get hangovers in the morning, water is actually a good way to help that go away. Because that's what a hangover is. It's the dehydration. Usually from, like, drinking, because drinking takes away your hydration. It dehydrates you. It is an antihydrate. Looks like a back patio with all the leaves. Oh my goodness. Fall is at its peak down there. Yeah, over here, it's mid-October is when we're in the middle of fall and our leaves are the most colorful. Ah, there we go. The wispy hearts. Also, I put ghosts on Crysta. Don't no don't. You know what? I don't even know if I intended to make the joke about boobs, but there we go. Now I have. And you know what? Crysta probably intended to make that joke too when she decided to wear this shirt. Now I'm just gonna actually follow the lines. Can I follow the lines? I wonder. Exactly. Exactly. Boobies. Ah! I was waiting to see how CC would I was waiting to see how CC would process that. I had a feeling it would do that. However, CC, you're actually incorrect. It is BOOBEES. That's what it is. Yeah, see, there we go. When I spell it out, the CC puts it in as is. However, if I don't and I just say it, well, we get problems like Crysta being spelt incorrectly. Or like earlier, it said Trista for some reason. Who the heck is Trista? Why, what is... I don't think we ever had a Trista in our chat before. We could. That is a name you find out there. But we haven't yet. So so at this point, I don't know who the heck Crysta is. Remember Book of Mario, or like random names was supposed to be thrown in? Like, who the heck is that? Who the heck is Cobb? The Major Koopas who were burglar camera apparently, or something like this. Magicop? Oh. So such. Oh. I want it. The thing, I want to do a Book of Mario, the Super Book of Mario thing. However, it's just a different person did that project, and I'm just very weary on whether like they inserted their own things or if it actually mistranslated that way. Oh, this is like Metroid Prime 2 music. Metroid Prime 2 was a big game. I may as well just fill in the eyes here. I almost gave it eyelashes. Oh my goodness, I mean, hey, you know what? If I accidentally gave it eyelashes, I probably would have just kept it because you know what? Yes. Yes. Also, this ghost over here is a little smaller. I could just copy, mirror, paste if I... but... No, wait. No, I can't. Look how I designed it. Same curve. Meteor. That meteor hit me. Ow. I noticed the meteors were also showing up in shared chat. Again, Firebot... right now, I can't actually get Firebot to just post to this channel. Otherwise, I probably would in some cases. Just, you know, don't want to go flood in other places with all the bot messages. Now, some of the messages are disabled when I set the bot to collab mode. Whoop. Don't want that. Don't want the hand to be too tiny. I mean, I'm already not correct in what I just said. this ghost is looking a little small. Actually, skinny ghost. Skinny ghost. We'll have the skinny ghost and we'll have the beefy ghost. Yes. Oh hey, there we go. Shadow Queen. Whenever I hear the new Paper Mario music, it makes me want to play the Paper Mario remaster again. I had fun streaming that. Hey, maybe next time we play it, we'll play it in casual mode. Now, what I mean by casual mode is anybody who's playing through Paper Mario Thousand Year Door blindly, and they're not aware that badges are incredibly broken. So, when I last played Thousand Year Door, the GameCube version of that style, where I'd just be like, okay, I'm going to level up HP, then I'm going to level up FP, then I'm going to go badge points, and I'm just going to, like, balance them all. It actually makes the game a little more challenging to do that. There's a lot of ways to make Thousand Year Door a lot more challenging. Honestly, though, it'd be a little scary to do Pit of 100 Trials that way. Pit of 100 Trials is scary. Even if you're just doing badges, you need to know what you're doing. Otherwise, Pit of 100 Trials is going to be very scary. And my goodness. Pit of 100 Trials is already scary enough. The little ghosts on the socks. Woo! And then we got ghosts and hearts over here. Really cute. Okay, I'm going to have to be accurate with these lines and try to give enough room for the eyes. Otherwise, the detail's going to be really hard to tell. You know, my capture card has gone 1 week without making the annoying fan noise, and now it's making the annoying fan noise again. I knew it'd be back to making that noise again, but there it goes again. It was quiet for such a long time. Why does it always get loud when I'm not using it? Oh my goodness. Okay, so, little dot, little dot. Yes! I don't think I could get any better than that. That looks so boxy. Hold on. I think I'm just... Yeah, there we go. There we go. That's better. Okay, for a moment, I thought that was an orphanated square. Now, keep in mind, the terminology that I'm using might be tied to previous professions that I had, or... Oh, what's it called? We have a terminology when we're making functions and all that PowerShell stuff. We have a term like an orphanated function or something like that, where if we sever a connection to a function and it's just sitting there on its own, not doing anything, that is an orphanated function. There's nothing connected to it. It's sitting there. It can't do anything. It's yeah. Something like that. So, essentially, like, let's say I have, like, an empty square in the middle of all this here, and I use the fill tool. What's going to happen to that? It's not going to get filled in. So I try to avoid that just to make the functions like that easier to use. Or like a group of thunderstorms and one of the storms gets separated. Which happens it can happen in late stages of thunderstorms. It can also happen when there's a lot of wind shear. Storms get torn apart from one another. No. I don't want to make that look that boxy. Hold on. We're just gonna... There we go. Like, I'm zoomed right in right now, so obviously it's gonna look pixelated. Now, why the heck am I using the pencil tool, you might be wondering? So that I can do color fill more easily. It's just a style that I do this. And then shading is like a separate layer that I add later. Oh my goodness. Sorry. Okay, that was an accidental pun. I didn't even intend that. That was just me not knowing how to speak and accidentally making a pun off of it. Ah, very funny. Oh, I'm so funny. Oh yeah, this is from Okami, isn't it? Yes, it is. Here, I'm gonna do this again with the eyes. No, I'm not. We'll do that. With the mouth, on the other hand, I want to do this with the mouth. Just make it a circle. Because you know, remember, the circle goes into the square hole. The best buttons are accidental, and the best accidents are funny. Yeah, my goodness. I caught myself making that one midway through. Oh, hey, this is the music you hear whenever you fight a gold crown in Fantasy Life. Or in the 3DS Fantasy Life, it's not when you fight a gold crown, it's when you fight gold crowns that are difficult. Woo! There's your pointy ghost. Because, yeah, I didn't have any pointy ghosts until right here. Woo! And, of course, the heart. We can't leave out the heart. Crysta demands that the heart is recognized. Okay, if this outfit turns out really good, I'm gonna try to make it into a Crysta outfit. Crysta's Halloween outfit. You know, the outfit I should have designed last month. I just didn't have time. Unfortunately, time doesn't always cooperate with me. Which is why I said maybe. I had to put a maybe there. It's like, I'm not sure. Too many times I'm like, ah, yes, I'll do this. Ah, yes, I will complete the Paper Mario 64 highlights. Yes, I will definitely... I will definitely do that. I changed the timeline for that to eventually trademark. I think that should about cover it. It should be a lot more accurate now. I still have the project. And it's progressed to chapter 6. But there's 8 chapters, so, you know, I still got 2 more chapters I gotta edit. Eventually it's gonna come out, and there's only gonna be, like, a few people who can even, like, remember, oh, yeah, this happened. Oh, yes, that's right. Goombario did say this surprisingly inappropriate remark. Oh, my goodness. Some of the things in Paper Mario 64 were quite unhinged. Oh my goodness. I'm trying to think, because I think Let me take a brief look. I'm gonna start distracting myself here. All right, here comes the rabbit hole. I'm gonna distract myself, and we're gonna maybe get the line art done by the end of this stream. Oh, okay. So apparently I'm doing nukes one more week, and then I haven't really defined when I'm doing nukes next after that. Well, you know what? Maybe I'll mess up on a series. You know what? How it could be Outbreak. Let's say Outbreak gives us a bunch of lame chases in a row, and I get sick and tired of chasing tornadoes that only touch down for 2 seconds. Yeah, we could always fail over to nukes on those. But also, I wouldn't mind the occasional full stream of nukes. Let's see. My stream plans are not very solid starting in March, though. March actually has a few blank areas that I haven't assigned anything to. Sneak in a bit of nukes there. Yes, it's the Twilight Trail music. Except this is from the remaster. Chapter 4 is so underrated. I know a lot of people despise it because of the backtracking, which they thankfully, the backtracking is not as severe as it was before. Unfortunately, I still feel like Chapter 4 is too short. But how the heck could they have made it longer based off of the map they made? Without spamming backtracking. I mean, there is the Troubles, which is the side quests. There is that. You know, I always want to... there's a part of me who's like, I really want to say... I really want to mention events, but then it's like no, Cody, don't you dare! You wait. Also, Dupless is one of my favorite characters in Thousand Year Door. Prankster who can shapeshift into people. He cannot mimic people's personalities, though. Anyone who's played through Chapter 4 would be aware that is a limitation with Dupless and all of his kind. He's a Duplighost. They were a lot more common in Paper Mario 64. Then Dupless was really the only Duplighost after that. And then Duplighosts went extinct after that. Why? Were they hunted down in the Great Extinction in a Great Extinction event? It's like, well, where'd all the Duplighosts go? I don't know. I think that was a pretty cool. I think that was a pretty neat species that Nintendo forgot about after Thousand Year Door. Why does it... Why? This one looks like it's partying. Those 2 pixels sticking up are enough to make it look like he's going, woo! And like the universal rock on sign, you know, that, except from a side. That's sort of what it looks like to me. Ghost at a concert. Oh my goodness. Why is my phone making so much noise? Do we have like a weather statement? No. No, we don't have a weather statement, right? I think the weather statements are supposed to override my notifications and make noise. Okay, now the ghost looks like it's saying, "Help me!" Okay, so from rock on to help me. Well, all right. I mean, do you really, being on Crysta's leg, would it really be help me? Maybe it would be. Maybe you'd much rather be in like a cozy, warm hug from Crysta. Yeah, you'd probably much rather be in like a cozy hug from Crysta. That's definitely not a help me scenario. That is a hug me scenario. If I choose to add a hat, again, I will add it to this layer right here. Okay, so if I do a combination here, hold on. First, I gotta give her an actual. Dang, what color? What color? What is the? Oh, hold on. Before I even ponder about color, how about we actually complete complete the job? Yes, I think that would make sense. That looks. Nah, it's fine. It's fine. And then to the lines, I usually add a solid white to them to take over the old lines. Oh, hold on. Sample merged? Nope, that's not what I'm doing. Why is this not filling properly? Oh, hold on. Opacity is not set to 100. There we go. That's better. And do I have Oh, I don't have diagonal neighbors on.
Delicious.
Let me make sure I had that on. Ooh, snackies. Snackies. Mind if I do? Ah, trail mix. A delightful classic. Thanks for the snackies, Pixie. Now, this is all the... Whoa. What happened there? Oh, for Pete's sakes. What's going on? What? Why? No, not the brush tool. There we go. Oh, yeah. That's some good stuff. And don't forget to self-care. Also, I think we're going to be hearing this music in Bravely Default pretty soon. There's a certain side quest that has it. There we go. This will override all the previous lines. Okay, this too, this too, this as well, this as well, this as well. What should I be doing here? This is sort of a mixed layer thing. I might have to view a combination view of the layers here. That might help me out. Because then I can see where the lines actually end with all the combined layers. I think I've got enough things over here. I shouldn't have to worry about any issues now. Okay, so hair, base color, base color, base color, base color, base color. Obviously, Crysta's hair color is going to be very easy to implement. We know what color Crysta's hair is. It's a nice icy blue. Ah, here we go. That's why I do a check. Because I there's always one that I miss. Oh, I didn't miss anything down here, surprisingly enough. Yes, her hair is considered. I put her hair on the clothing layer. Listen, I'm not. I don't put 50 plus layers into my drawings. Although, if you draw on a tablet, actually, I can understand why it happens, because it seems like it likes creating a layer for everything you do, which results in a lot of layers. H, cloves, color. You could tell I'm on the north side of the border because of the way I spell color. That is the Canada way to spell it. Also, the irony of having Crysta's eyebrows colored in at the body layer, and then her hair is colored in at the clothes layer. It's like, ah, yes. Hair, you see, hair is just a clothing item. Sort of feels like it's attached to your body, but nah, it's clothing. It's just natural clothing. Now, my color palette doesn't have Crysta's color at all, so I'm just going to, I'm going to borrow a color from the other layer here. Oop. And then we're going to flood the whole screen. Now I want sample merged on. It's an accessory. Exactly. Oh, what's going on here? Oh, what the heck? Okay, let me just fix that. That's a that's a problem with the underlying layer. And now I can just do this. Just to be certain. Crysta. You're gonna still see markings in the background there. Mine is blue too, purple and blue. I need to start adding highlights to my characters who have highlights. The sectoral leader does not have highlights. His hair is one color with, well, obviously with light in on it, so. Yeah, sectoral leader doesn't have any highlights. Crysta doesn't usually have highlights. She sometimes experiments. Her tie, her hair tie is usually red, and I think I have red in here. That's red. Gotta add some light in to really breathe some life into this. Now for the frills here, I think the frills I'm gonna make a very, very light purple. That. Yes, you know what? I think that'll do. All of her frills will be that color. Oh, hold on. We got a problem near Crysta's boobs here. Oh, wait. That's. Huh? The heck was I doing here? Hmm. Yeah, I think that's still supposed to be part of the cloven layer. That wouldn't make any sense otherwise. Let me just do this here. Oh, wait. Oh no. What else did it color? I don't like that it did that. Hold on. Do not sample merged. Fill. You know what? Good thing I unchecked sample merged. Okay, let's bring the color layer back up so we're not. Yeah, make sure I'm clicked onto the layer, otherwise we're gonna mess up on that too. Now the outfit's primary color. This is gonna be a bit of a difficult one. I gotta think of a color that is fitted for Crysta, but also it's gotta be Halloween, and it can't be too close to Dimenda's color. Ooh, this is a Mario Kart World, a Mario Kart World remake that's playing right now. Sounds so quiet to me. Hold on, I'm gonna turn up my headphone volume. I already know it's a decent volume on your side because I don't want it, running over my voice. How does this color? Oh, no, that's too close to regular Crysta color. Hold on. Crysta would love that color, but that's not. I feel like it's not Halloween enough. How about that's too close to Dimenda's color? Oh my goodness. Maybe we go past Dimenda's color. We just go to like super dark. It's still too close to Dimenda's color, actually. Here too. And the ghosts can be. Oh no, I go to red and I go to very light red and I do the very. Yes. I'll fix the two little gaps there. I know that they're there. There we go. I wonder how dark blue socks would, that might work. I just gotta remember to be consistent. And the ghosts can be... Well, they could be the same color as the frills. That might work. Now this is before the light in. We're gonna be adding the light in. Hold on, what was that? Oh, great. We have an orphanage. Hold on. We have a yeah, that's a bit of an issue here. Just gonna... Oh, hold on. Sample merged off. There we go. Back to the color layer. Woo, boo, boo. Sample merged back on. Or should I change the ghost to a shade of orange? Might be difficult if I'm keeping it this bright and still be able to tell a difference. Make Crysta's shoes just a bright orange. Oh my goodness. Doesn't that look a little wacky? The heck would this outfit even look like from the back? I don't think Crysta would be showing anything she's not supposed to. Also, one might notice I just realized this is Crysta's form before she gained her ears and her tail. I'm basing this off of her original form. Okay, except I think she gained her tail first, and she only gained her ears, her fluffy ears. She only gained those in certain timelines. She didn't gain them in all of them. Her tail is consistent enough that I'm just gonna add her tail. Da, 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 da. I have to add this behind a layer, which might be a bit of a problem. Well, hold on. I'm gonna like slap an animation on top of everything while I edit that layer. I want Twitch to have a hissy fit when I'm editing bases. Let me see here. What fun little thing do we have here? Do we have like a Crysta zoomed right into the screen? I think that would be perfect. A Crysta just zoomed right into the screen. Why is the zoom in? Whoa! Oh my god! Hold on. Is this zoomed in enough? Oh, who is that? Why does it let me zoom out that much? That might be close enough. Okay, so I just moved this over here, and Crysta stares you down while... Oh my goodness. Okay. I'm just gonna work on the underline here. Don't worry about it. You'll still hear me yapping while this is all happening, at least. Okay, so I'm gonna take a... I'll take a size 5. Crysta's tail originates from here. Why is it paint tool, not the pencil tool? That's a pencil tool.
I wonder what this button does.
Uh-oh, it's red button time. Okay, we've got random explosions for a while here. Random explosions are here to stay. There we go. There's our first explosion. It lasts for about a minute. Sure, you know what? We're gonna make Crysta's tail somewhat thick too, because Crysta's tail whoa, jeez. Crysta's tail actually is pretty it's pretty dense. Keep in mind, there are some timelines where she carried like, what is it, like 10 plus children at the same time using her tail. Her tail's beefy. Also, it's the same length as her, so let me just keep that in mind when I'm drawing the tail. And then I just put it over here. Hey, were we just joking about making Crysta's tail, like, extremely fluffy on stream? Was that yesterday? Or was that... Maybe that was last week. I was mentioning making Crysta's tail, like, get extremely fluffy towards the base and that, because it's supposed to, like, her tail texture, it's supposed to get, like, softer and more comfortable towards the base. It's the design of her tail. Makes you feel more secure. Even though I'm sure a lot of people would be unnerved around her tail because of its very long length. And the fact that at times it seems like it has a mind of its own. But it doesn't. Okay, that doesn't really look... I mean, I guess that'll be fine. No, it won't. Sorry, I'm just leaving Crysta staring at you while I make adjustments in that. Don't worry about Crysta. Will just stare you down while I'm editing this. Crysta is the TOS shield right now. I mean, honestly, Twitch is probably... I think Twitch is allowed, like, much worse than what I'm currently dealing with. But just heard way too many tales of Twitch throwing a hissy fit over people when they're editing body bases. So I'm like, nah, I'm not gonna take that chance. After all, Crysta is pretty thick. But only around the parts that matter, you know? What the heck am I talking about? What am I talking about? What language am I speaking in? I don't know. I don't know anymore. Okay, now I just got to give the tail a color, then I can add the layer back, and then we'll be good to go once again. I'm just going to flood the entire picture with Crysta's tail color. That makes perfect sense. Yes. Okay, and with that, I should be able to, I'll bring Crysta back up. Okay, she's got a tail. Crysta's no longer staring at everybody. Oh my goodness. Okay. So, Crysta has a tail now. Yay! We don't need the drawn layer anymore. We don't have anything else to add from the drawn. But for reference, Crysta. The original drawn. Okay, so we got the flat color layer. Nice. Nice. Now, H cloves, and I'm going to do shade 1. I like to put 2 shade layers in, because sometimes I like to intersect the two. And usually when I add 2 shade layers at the same time, I get the 2 confused at times, and hooray. Anyway, for now, the first shading layer. You might wonder why this area is blank. Because the drawing is the size of the paper I photocopied. So before we go any further, well, I'm just going to go into image here, and I'm going to adjust the canvas size, and we're going to shrink it down. Let's see here. Roughly how wide is the Crysta part of this? Okay, that 380 over there, nothing happening. I still need to color her shoes. One, 2, 2, 0. Okay, 1, 2, 2, 0. And we're going to offset about minus 380. 380. Why is there an extra number in there? There we go. That's better. Okay, it's still offset a little, but that's fine. Hold on, let me go down back to the clothing layer here. We're gonna add some color to our shoes. I think the reason why I can't figure out what the heck with the shoe color is because I need a color that fits with Crysta, but also fits with Halloween. I'm very tempted to do orange, actually, because Crysta's lacking orange right now. She needs more orange. Hold on. I think if we change the color of the frills to like a bit of like a peachy orange, I think that might. And then the ghosts can go to that color right there. I'm double checking to make sure that I'm actually editing the color layer, because I've made that mistake way too many times in the past. That still doesn't solve the problem of not being able to figure out what color is going to go well with the shoes. Not a bright yellow. I think that would look a little, I don't know. That'd be an interesting color choice for Crysta. Obviously, no shade of green's going to work because that would not be fitting. Maybe there's a shade of red? I don't... It does sort of complement the purple. You know what? Sure. I think I've been pondering long enough trying to figure out what the heck color shoes here. So we'll go to the shading layer now. And for the shading layer, I usually use a bit of a white for shading when it comes to all that. And I usually like putting the lights. I usually like pointing the light down like this. It's my most familiar angle. I think I'm just going to have do a wand select on that one. This is why I start with flat colors, because it's much easier to select and limit the area affected with solid colors. Because now I can go to the wand tool, I can, for Pete's sake, sample merged. Thank you. I can just unselect that, and I can add this to selection. And we got the areas that we want to affect with the current shading. I just realized, yeah, we should add shading to the body. Nah, you know what? No. We'll just add shading to the body through the clothes layer. Even if logically that sounds ridiculous. Now the opacity here, I think I'm going to set it to about 30. That should be good enough. Now, erasing. Ooh, thanks for the water. Oh my goodness, the notifications are like twice as loud in my ears now because I turned up my headphones. Whew. Everybody else, if you haven't hydrated in a while, get some hydration going. Oh, that one's on me, Pixie. I'm the one who turned up the dial for my headphones here. But I made sure I turned it up on the headphones, so it's just me. I don't want to be getting any of you with something that's way too loud. Whoa, 230. I don't think I want that size. But yeah, if you haven't hydrated in a while, everybody, I highly recommend it. Very good for you. And it has been a little bit since our last little hydrate, so never a bad idea. Okay, now that looks too sharp to me, so I'm going... Oh, you know why it's too sharp? It's because the hardness is set to 95. We're going to set that to... Chris's hair is soft, so I'm going to set it to 20. This is one of my favorite battle themes. This is the chapter 4 of the battle theme in Paper Mario Thousand Year Door. I love what they did. Okay, that'll add a nice little... Now, we could add extra fine details if we really want to. With the lines here, Unfortunately, I'm a little lazy when it comes to that kind of stuff. I could individual hair strand here, but oh my goodness, that multiplies the time it takes by, like, 5. This is the other shading style that I do, though, when I'd rather keep things simple. Now, keep in mind, when it came to that Dimenda drawing that I did, the Dimenda drawing that actually turned out really good, that one, I did decide to put separate light in for little hair groups. Yes, it takes longer. Quite a bit longer. Hold on. We're gonna go like all in on the detail here. Hold on. Okay. Eyebrows. Here we go. Eyebrow shading. It's gonna be difficult to notice. But there you go. That's gonna be... It's a little noticeable zooming out here. Is it just me, or did nothing apply to this layer? Hold on. Unselect, erase. Yeah, nothing applied here. What the heck? This is far away from the other groups, so I'm just going to do it this way without selecting anything. This part of Metro Prime 3, by the way, is actually pretty spooky. You see, there are these creatures called Metroids by the time you get to this area. And in every Metroid Prime game, the Metroids are pretty scary to deal with. Hold on. The cloves layer here, it looks like I missed a spot, so we're just gonna... Metroids, yep. Metroids and Metroid Prime. No way. Yes, way. This area is called the Pirate Labs, in fact, in Metroid Prime 3. It's after you shut off the power to a space pirate lab facility, and by shutting that power off, well, guess what? The Metroids are also now free to roam. So, oh yeah. What is going on here? What?
Crysta.
Oh, some Metroids. That's just like Gamer Girl Crush. Samus is pretty freaking cool. No, Samus is a wonderful character. Very strong. And me, like a lot of other people, made the same mistake as a lot of others, and thought Samus was male. Because we never got to see Samus without the suit up to a point. And then it's like, oh! So it's like, moment of realization, it's like, oh. The Metroid games are have so much lore in them. Well, Metroid Prime in particular goes like right into the lore, and I love it when they add lore. Metroid Prime is probably one of the only series where you're gonna one of the only games / series in which some of the games are first-person shooter that I'll play. Anything horror, welcome on in. Finally catching a live, won't be here long. I'm sick. Oh no, you're sick as well. Dang. Yeah, that seems to be happening with a lot of the fall moving in here. Oh my goodness, that is rough. Oh, it looks like the ads just rolled in too. My goodness, I don't even know if you're going to be able to hear the rest of what I'm saying. But thank you so much for swinging on by, saying hello. When I learned she was a girl, I was all, ooh, yeah. It was cool. Oh my goodness. Hey, first check-in. Oh, you have turbo. Oh, heck yes. Yeah, whenever I see the weather report appear on there, that's roughly when Twitch fires off the ads. So it's like, oh no, oh no, did we get ad blocked? Ah, thank goodness for turbo. Yeah, if anyone's hanging out in a lot of places, and you know, the fact that Twitch keeps raising the price of subs and all that, just go turbo. You'll still be able to support streamers through turbo, even if ads pay a pathetically low amount. It's still supporting us, and you don't get to see those pesky ads. They're so annoying. I got the trial and it's coming in clutch. Oh, heck yes. That's right. Yeah, Twitch does offer the trial. Okay, we've added color. We fixed this little area that we missed. So now, let me just turn the shading layer back on, and we're going to bring ourselves over here. Found a VTuber, but I need to have Steve figure out how to get her going. Oh my goodness. That'd be so cool. That'd be so awesome. I have to use like an application like Viroid Studio because I'm not like high-end artist or anything like that. I know we got some people in our community that beautiful artwork. My skills are a little more limited than that. Like I said, they're not like stick figure, but no, my hand drawings are passable, but it's not my specialty. My specialty is making Fireball more complicated than it should be. The serious stuff we agree. The ads basically pay you nothing unless you're a partner. Even if you're a partner, they don't pay you much unless Twitch gives you a deal. And those deals usually have strings attached, from what I've heard. Nice makeup, I can draw on my face. Oh my goodness. Yeah, Pixie. Okay, guys, this is another reason why you need to follow Pixie. Because Pixie does some amazing makeup. Like, building up towards Halloween, those were some legendary makeup and costume. It was all really good. The ads are now gone, everybody. Welcome on back. Have an art degree. I suck now. Spend years. Oh no, yeah, the DK. Oh my goodness. Oh, you guys might not have any idea where this music comes from, because a lot of people who played Octopath Traveler didn't play the entire game through because it was frustrating. It was frustrating. The beginning was wonderful and all, and then the difficulty would jump up by 15 levels, and you'd be struggling, and then you make it through that archive chapter, and guess what? The level has now jumped up by yet another 20 levels. There was a problem with difficulty spikes in Octopath Traveler. And if you're like me and you somehow tolerate all of that or find the cheesiest area to grind, because that's what it came to. Oh. That's gonna explode. Yep. There we go. Or if you're like me and find a cheesy area to grind and somehow get through all of it, it's a good story. All the paths have pretty good story to them. The difficulty spikes are annoying. Oh my goodness. Whew. And then, if you somehow go through the maze of side quests and find the right maze of side quests, you eventually get access to this area, which is a boss gauntlet. Social media designs, Twitter headers, YouTube banners. Oh yeah, all that good stuff. 15 years of drawing. All those years. Oh my goodness. But drawing is nope. Yeah. Steve said good night. Have a lovely night, Steve. Steve Tush, good night. Okay. Okay, sure. Oh my goodness. That's another reason why you should follow Pixie as well. Because every once in a while you'll get the streams with Steve, and Steve is such a vibe. He's heading north to Wisconsin. Well, for now, it looks like the weather's not too chaotic over there, so hopefully that'll hold up. Right now, there's not really anything from Canada going down to the US. The weather upset that we have right now is sort of in the north, and it's not interested in heading south. It's very much interested in going up into the Arctic. Oh, that's, hold on. We're going to set the opacity back to 30. Oh, the Phazon Mines. Hey, this is Metroid Prime 1. Hell. Oh, heck yeah. They had a bit of snow where it was coming from earlier, coming off the lake. Thankfully, it's weakening. It was definitely iffy a few days ago there. The lake effect snow was just wearing off. Paranoid to travel south because I have the concert on Sunday and I'm seeing how the weather's been, and it's not the best. Weather's a very important thing to pay attention to. I mean, okay, I also have a little bit of a bias because I love the heck out of active weather. No shortage of weather reports here. Any weekday stream, I will have a little weather talk at the beginning of the stream. And every day I prepare weather reports. Very professional. Live in Scotland. Oh! Actually, yeah, Scotland gets hit by some pretty crazy systems further out. You know, I really wish I could cover the European area, the Australian area, and all that. I wish I could expand all the way over to there. But first of all, I'd have to get to know even more weather sources. Second of all, the reports would take much longer, and I only have so much time in the morning. And third of all, places like the EU are constantly messing around with how the internet works, which also makes it which could also make it really difficult. We use Met Office. Oh, you use Met Office as well. Oh, awesome. Okay, that's good to know. I know the UK uses Met Office. Now, it doesn't mean I'm not never going to cover these areas. If I see anything extreme heading over the ocean for over there, I might temporarily have coverage for an area. But, you know, I can only do so much in the morning. I've got, from the time I wake up, from the time I leave for training, is about 1 hour. So I got roughly 1 hour. I have to eat breakfast, so that takes up time too. Don't trust it because the Scotland's my point. Yeah, honest. The weather has an attitude. The weather here has an attitude. I mean, the Canadian prairies, we've got the mountains blasting stuff from the west. We got the Arctic blasting stuff from the north. Sometimes the Colorado low decides, hey, we're going to send something from the south. We don't usually get weather from the east. Uncommonly, we might get weather from the east, but usually it's from those three directions. Kind of keeps those of us over there safe. Yeah, if something particularly dangerous, if I'm noticing something particularly dangerous, I'd like to warn people about that. Now, Twitch, I don't encourage people to share their locations on Twitch. I know what happens. It especially happens in, if I'm, like, moderating for a weather community, it's going to happen. But people want to know what's going on in their area. So I've sort of... it's a very interesting. It's very interesting being part of the communities where, hey, don't mention your location at all. There are interested people all over the place, and then I'm in another community. It's like, yeah, yeah. Mention your location and that. Don't get too specific. Just honestly, like, don't get any more specific than your city. All right. Small handful know where I am. Middle of nowhere, Ontario, Canada. Ontario is a wild place. Any area downwind from the Great Lakes. Oh my goodness, the things that whip up there. I was over in Cernaway and I was trying to paint a wall outside, and it went snow, rain, wind, sun.
Up slowly and down smash?
And hail in a cycle. Oh my goodness, wow. Are you sure the hail wasn't, I still can't even say its name properly. Grapple? Ice pellets, snow pellets. There we go. It could have been that. However, Ontario did have an instance earlier this week where there was hail and grapple falling at the same time. It was quite the scene, actually. Hail gets larger. Whereas snow pellets and ice pellets, they don't get that big, but they're often mistaken for. But they're not quite layered ice. Please cover the Easter Islands weather. Oh my goodness. Actually, you know what? I used to check Easter Island often enough when I was in Australia. Australia covers it whenever there's like cyclones heading there. Also, welcome on in Fiber Optics. Good to see you. I live in Tornado Alley in the US, so Cody is helpful. Yeah, keeping an eye on that area is pretty important. And oh my goodness, some of the systems I've seen whip up, and look, I don't like traveling to Houston. I heavily dislike their airport, but I still there's a lot of people living there, so it's still really important to keep an eye on what the heck's going on over there. General, as I say, the Highlands area of Scotland is really pretty, but yeah, the weather. Yeah. If we travel west to the mountains, you turn a corner, it could go from, oh, hey, there's some clouds up ahead, to, oh, it's a blizzard. Lovely. Great. Great. Oh, it was nuts. We had the grapple. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, it is. Oh. Just seeing the pictures of the weather that happens and all that, whether it's close to home or whether it's far away. Oh my goodness. Catfish by club. Yep. Yep. And that's the mountains in a nutshell. I go skiing in certain areas in the mountains. Well, used to. I can't afford to now, but I used to go skiing in the mountains. And yep, I just turned that corner on a certain highway towards a ski resort, and, well, blowing snow. Oh my goodness. Welcome on in, Udon. Oh, also, I'm going to move my chat up here now. There. Now I can see everything easier. Glad I came in. Vibe is cozy. I'm glad you're having a cozy time here. I love talking about weather. That's one of the disclaimers that I mentioned on my channel here. It's like, if you think weather is small talk, it's not small talk over here. It's paragraphs. Welcome on in, Udon. Everybody give Udon a follow. Udon, we were just nukesing yesterday, actually. I was nukesing with Udon. I was nukesing with the Fool and Church. And oh my goodness, that was quite the time. We did that tight loop on the ghost was not something I was expecting to do, actually. Usually the ghost gives up before I finish that. Yeah, Udon's streams are a lot of fun. And while you're there, you get your own little robot. You can explore, collect accessories, You can go fishing. You can do stargazing now. Udon just added that on his previous stream. You can do stargazing. It is experimental though. Oh my goodness. Oh, also, good news. I'll actually be able to be around for all of, or most of Udon's stream this next Sunday because late start on Monday for training, so. There we go. Oh my goodness, this music in the background. This is one of my favorite fights in Mario and Luigi Dream Team. This music is freaking amazing. Also, they tease you with this music as the tutorial fight. But the second time you hear this music, oh, you're gonna have to be very careful. That fight can be pretty brutal. More difficult than the final boss. And then there's the difficult version of this boss, which, oh goodness, it's super difficult. I'd like to see somebody. I'd like to see somebody perfect this the hard version of this fight, the Phantasma battle fight. It is really difficult. It is such a pain in the arse to dodge, and the game punishes you when you don't dodge quite a bit in this fight. Oh. It was so much fun yesterday. Oh, I'm very glad I was able to join. I'm very glad I know how to recover OBS when OBS gets possessed and decides to close itself. To be fair, I left an extra virtual machine on that I usually shut off during streaming. That was one of my big mistakes right there. I was overusing my VRAM resources. Try not to make that mistake again. I usually have 2 virtual machines running while I'm streaming, and I have anywhere like 3 to 4 when I'm not streaming. It was so much fun. It was so much fun. Yes. Full jail being gave you 2 cosmetics by launching me in war. Yeah, yeah. You get 1 cosmetic for visiting the Fool's Place. Then you get 1 from going into the lake. Won't be able to make Sunday stream at a concert. Hey, concerts are a lot of fun. That's a very valid reason for not being able to make it to the stream. Why so many VMs? 1 VM does bot functions. 1's a domain controller, so I always have to have that one on. 1 does automated functions and scripting. 1 of them I sort of half use. It's a mixed use one. I use it to test things that are potentially dangerous. It's a test environment. So yeah, I've got a virtual domain going on, and I usually run different things there. The Ghost Inside. Bill Murray, Bad Omens. Ooh. Oh, that sounds like it's going to be a fun time then. Yeah. So either way, you got a Sunday to look forward to. Heck yes. I wonder though. Maybe the time zone difference will maybe you'll still be able to catch it on stream. I don't know. I can't do time zone calculations off my head. Oh, by the way, this is the Luigi's Mansion music in Mario Kart World. They gave a lot of soundtracks a lot of love in Mario Kart World. And then they made the soundtrack too quiet compared to the sound effects, so you can barely hear the soundtrack when you're getting hit by a bunch of red shells and bombs and... Oh my goodness, yeah, okay, yeah, it might be a little difficult then. Because normally, on a Sunday, Udon will be streaming in about 2 hours from now. Added like, well, 1 hour, 45 minutes to the clock. That's roughly when Udon starts. Oh my goodness. Oh, here, let me continue the shading. I get right into talking sometimes, and the drawing just crawls to a halt. But you know what? That fine by me. Fine by me. There we go. A midstream yap session. Yep. And you know what? There's no problem with that. There we go. I've got my Crysta's tail has light in. Oh, actually, hold on. Not all of Crysta's tail has light in. Let's focus on the rest of. I'm gonna try not to think about Crysta, the shadow that Crysta's body is casting right now. It was weather related. Oh, there's a very high chance of distracting me if it's weather related. Oh. Getting distracted from your stream task? Never heard of it. Oh my goodness, yeah. No, a lot of us fall into that. Nope, not a bad thing at all. I had that happen with Bravely Default last week. We didn't get as far as we needed to. But you know what? That's fine. I wouldn't have it any other way. Okay, so bit more light in there. Now this is where I might have to do 2 different lighting things because we got the shadow that Crysta casts, and sometimes lighter areas will go into darker areas. Are you really a streamer if there's not a topic that distracts you for a bit and starts a yap session? I know, right? Oh my goodness. Oh, and if you don't have the crowd yet, if you could find just if your mind could just find random things to yap to the void. Just keep talking. Talk a bunch. Talk a whole bunch. That's still something that I'm not like fully proficient at. Eventually, I run out of topics. The getting too focusing, that's a whole different thing. Sometimes I do get very focused. You'll know when that happens. That actually sometimes happens during the drawn streams here, where I want to make sure I get a certain section right, and then I just go quiet as a result. Today, for some reason, I'm finding random things to talk about, which, well, that's fine. I guess that means I have a lot of energy today. Even after doing a whole bunch of training for my commercial. It's also helpful for people who don't have a viewing. It helps you learn to talk to chat. Yeah. Have you ever been to Scotland? I've actually have not even been on the European continent. Although I do have family who's been there. Ooh, okay, hold on. That's too strong. I'm gonna set the opacity down to 20. That's still pretty strong. What the heck? Okay, what is going on here? 15? 15? Scotland is so pretty. I've seen some really good pictures. That's definitely a place I wouldn't mind visiting in the future. Oh, we're going to set the hardest higher too because this material is not as soft. Sure. And maybe I don't want to make the light in that strict here. We'll just do this. I'll do is ask questions, distract Udon. So he gave me an idea for a game to pitch home the other day. Oh my goodness. Oh. Ow. Thanks, Crysta. Sheesh. Trying to design your outfit, Crysta. Also, I don't know why the Crysta unloading makes my character lag a little. No idea. Like, why is OBS having such a hard time loading that Crysta gif in?
Delicious.
Ooh, snackies. Don't mind if I do, actually.
Stretch those shoulders.
Oh, and we got a stretch. Yes, for sure. Oh, it's one bone pop. Huh, only 2 bone pops. Oh, never mind, 3. No, I got a multi-step stretch here. Always a good stretch when you get a bone popper 5. Yeah, for sure. If you like skiing, the Cornagorms is a mountain range where you can do that. Oh, very nice. That'd be an area to keep in mind then. Okay, I gotta get the snackies in as well here. I have a big thing of trail mix here that I just keep by my side for quick streamer fuel. Oh, we're gonna be hearing this music soon. You're back, have messages to attend to. All right, see you in a bit. Anything more? Thanks for the conversation. All right. I'm going to sneak in a little hydration too. There we go. All right. So, we're going to get more of this lighting taken care of. Now, this lighting. We got to pay attention to this lighting. Because it's not going to be like right off the edge here. It's going to be sort of... Well, I'm going to connect it to the edge anyways. We'll adjust it from the other side. We got to get the lighting done here. So, Crysta's pillows, as she calls them, are large. I don't know how the heck the cup size system works, so I was gonna say large. We'll apply it regardless of the ghosts here. We're not really gonna notice it with the ghosts. And under here, I'm gonna have to keep him. I'm probably gonna have to change my brush intensity when it comes to down here. Yeah, we don't want to apply shading to the lines, so I'm just going to very normal Baylor understanding of boobs. Yep. I don't know. I just, you know, this, maybe that. No idea how the sizing works. Okay, so I think what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna be... Okay, I need to make this side sharper, so I'm gonna start with this side. Oh, actually, I don't think I want to go too overboard with this. And I think with this, I'm going to increase it to 60 for up here. Yeah, I gotta stop. I'm shaking my desk here with that. There we go. Okay, and then I'm gonna increase it to 70 for down here. Why does 50 seem a little more sharper now? What is going on here? Hold on. Do I have another? Do I have? I might have to just pull up a reference of Crysta here and see what. A 3D reference of Crysta. Okay. Top and over. And less down here. Okay. Top and less over. 70 when working down here. And 60 when working on the other side. Still looks a little intense if you ask me. It's still within okay range. Here I'll probably need to do multiple light-in layers as well. That's way too far down, but I'll just erase the lower part of the light-in layer. Okay, unselect the lines. We don't want the lighten on the lines. It's been too quiet. What? I'm too quiet?
I wonder what this
It might be because I'm
button
focusing a
does.
little. Well, that'll spice things up. Oh, that'll make me a silhouette. Hello. Hello, I'm Mystery.
That is.
Who is that? I don't know who that is. Oh, there we go. Reveal. The great reveal. Oh my goodness. Well, it was a silhouette apparently. Okay, so first, I take out that part. Oh, this is the Mario Kart DS Luigi's Mansion. Oh my goodness. It's the silhouette. Yep. I think I do have a darkness variation as well, where you can still see my mouth move. Sort of spooky. Okay, that off, and then over here, it's like... No. Not that. Yes, sort of like that. Except it's supposed to be 70 up here. Why am I using a 60 trim on everything? $50 trim. I think it was a 60 trim. No. It was still a 50 trim up here. Oh, in fact, I might actually... Hold on. I want to point the light in a little... Yeah, there we go. Point the light in a little further up. That's what I want. Hey, let's try to apply the light into to Crysta. She's already super bright. Let's see if the light even shows. There's actually a drawing where I did better than usual with the light in. But it's of a character that I probably have not even mentioned that much. Okay, I might need to make this stronger, so I'm going to set it to 30. Okay, that's noticeable. Oh, that's actually slightly noticeable. Crysta's skin. Now, skin, I usually just apply an even, like, 50 to it. Oh, hold on. I don't want to select this layer. That button. And then we're going to unselect that layer for now. Okay. There we go. Set it to that. And then I'm going to go to this layer. I'm going to remove the sample merge. There we go. And now I'm going to add it back. Because this is a different material. I'm going to set it to 30. Have I applied any light into the skin? No, I have not. Not up here. Ooh, Banshee Boardwalk. Except I think this was the Mario Kart DS version. All the Mario Kart music. We're still going to be doing monthly Mario Kart at the end of every month. I like doing a Mario Kart... Well, Mario Kart World in this case. Although... Nah, you know what? No, at the end of this month, it will be Mario Kart World. In before I throw something else in. Oh, what's going on here? Oh, it's just hard to notice. Okay, I see. Okay, we're going to set this back to 50. I just keep the size at 50 right now. Sure, is that actually changing anything? It's so hard to notice. Yes, that did change something. It's just super hard to notice. We're not going to notice Crysta's lit ears. We will notice the dark, though, when we start adding the dark side of the shade in. We're also going to add this here. Ah, this is the thinking version of the Battle 5. Battle 5, yes! The Chapter 5 battle theme. Presenting the Battle 5 theme. This soundtrack is called Battle 5. I mean, hey, in the older games, that's what a lot of them were just labeled as. Didn't Final Fantasy, like in their older games, they just called their different battle themes? Ah, yes, Battle 2. There was no like name for them. It's just yes, Battle 2, my favorite theme. That was also back when there was a lot of limitations. Honestly, I feel like a lot more effort was put into the older games in terms of resource management. And nowadays, they don't seem to care. It's like, oh yes, this game takes 150 gigabytes. Oh, we don't care. You know, what do you mean a lot of people can't afford to buy another 2 terabyte hard drive? Some of these games. And Some of these games are not even worth the massive amount of space that they take. They just put all the effort into, oh, we're gonna make this look like hyper realistic, and then it's like, oh, what does the game itself have to offer? Nintendo's starting to go the direction where everything's like 20 plus, more and more things are 20 plus gigabytes. It's like, okay, so you're trying to encourage us to download digitally, but we're also only providing us with so much storage. So, nah, you know what? I think I'd like to get. I think I'd still like to get some games physically. None of that. Oh my goodness! None of that. What is it? Key card bullcrap? What is that even? The key card. It's like wow, would you like to buy this game physically? Well, you can physically buy a cartridge that doesn't even have the game in it. Here, have this cartridge that does not have the game in it, but you still have to have it inserted into the system in order to play the game. Also, you have to download it. That's going to be one of Nintendo's dumbest ideas in a while. Like, that just defeats the purpose of getting the game digitally, while at the same time providing the inconveniences that come with having a physical game. You need to actually have it inserted to play it. Also, you need internet to download this game. So guess what? If you're in an area without internet and you get these games that don't contain games, well, guess what? You don't get to actually play that game. Too bad, so sad. Apparently, everybody has internet. I mean, you know, everybody around here has internet or data, so I know that. It's just like the bold assumption. Oh yes, everybody has cell phones. It's like, it's gonna be very interesting. I'm not interested in partners or families or anything, but theoretically, if I had a child, I don't think I'd be heavily exposing them to technology until a little later. Like, gradually introduce it. I like how I like that I was not immediately exposed to a whole bunch of technology and all that. I like that it was introduced partway through. Now, I also got really lucky and happened to, like, the height of growth and all that. When I was going through all that, that was as technology evolved. So technology was evolving as I was growing. I got lucky with the between generation thing. Like, I'm actually like a transition generation, like right in the middle of it. So there was a little bit of old-fashioned, do it on paper, write on paper, and then by the time I hit grade 6, I think. I mean, in earlier grades, it was still computer lab. What? Not once a week, once a month. I don't know. Every once in a while. That was a bike. I think computers were just the odd time, and it was educational games. You know, I wouldn't have it any other way. I'm glad there was like, oh yes, educational games. I like learning. Welcome on back, anything. I just started randomly yammering about changing technologies and exposures to technologies now. Oh my goodness. At least we are partially focused on our task. But oh my goodness. So, yeah, theoretically, if I was raising a child, My choice would be I don't want to expose them to technology right away. Because I want them to be able to use technology wisely. But first of all, like life skills are even more important. It's just like play around, enjoy your youth. Enjoy the heck out of the youth. Because when you get to adulthood sucks. Like, you want to be this and that when you grow up, and then you hit a certain age, and our society, economy, or whatever heck you want to call this, continues to constantly tell you, well, guess what? You can't, because you need to fork over this money to get this education to maybe get what you're aiming for. Overexposure to tech at a young age is bad because it creates a dependence on it. It does. It's a really bad problem. And our education system, too. It's not... Now, I think this is a by-teacher thing. Some teachers do the whole, now get out your cell phone. Thankfully, I didn't have any of those teachers. We weren't heavily reliant on cell phones at that time. Thank goodness, because guess what? I didn't have a cell phone until I was like, I don't even think I had a cell phone until I was like 20. Or like 21, 22. Honestly, that's pretty late. If I was raised in a child of my own, I probably would have given them a cell phone a little earlier than that, because nowadays it is a good protection tool. I'd say, like, you know, hidden like the preteens or just barely into the teens. You know what? Yeah, sure. Like have a phone. No, you're not getting the latest, newest phone. Here, have this old phone. I had one at a younger age. Now I love one on my phone. I had one that couldn't get Wi-Fi. Oh, yeah. It's very interesting. Just the fact that I was like 21, and then I finally had a phone. It's like, oh, and by the way, I didn't even want a phone when I was 20. When I was at that age, I was like, it was a Christmas present. I was like, oh, okay, thank you. It wasn't on my list. I didn't want it. I didn't want anything to do with it. We still had a landline back then. That covered what I needed. Eric didn't have a phone until he was 16. That's a pretty good age to get a phone, actually. That's a pretty decent age. I just wish I just wish it was more of a common practice. Like, yeah, let's just give them this phone a little later. I had the infrared Bluetooth style phones where you couldn't download files, you had to transfer. Oh my goodness. He had limited computer access. See, even that, like, hey, like, you know, every once in a while, well, yeah, sure, you can go on a computer as long as all of your homework's done. That's still a pretty effective rule. Like, you know, that's something you may have heard of from, like, the older tales of parenting and all. It still works really well. Unless you encounter somebody who's technology averse. You never know. You never know. And then I'm advertisement repulsed. I am less likely to buy something the more it gets advertised to me. If I already have an existent interest, the advertising doesn't do anything to me. I already got an interest. I don't need an ad to tell me. If I ever had a kid, they'll get a phone when they start high school. That's when it comes in handy. Yeah, actually, that's a pretty good time. Yeah, mid-teens is a really good time to, like, introduce stuff like that. And my goodness, there are teachers over here. Okay, I had to make sure the sectoral captain was not crossing a line with Toshifying messages. After 16, I had more. Before that, he did baseball, soccer at home. Ran cross country and went out with his friends. Ah! That's a lot of tush, yeah. 16 tush. Oh my goodness. Tush and soccer at tush tush. I mean, yeah, sure. That's an interesting combination. And about with tush tush. Okay, all right. Lots of tush. My goodness. But yeah, like mid-teens, pretty good time. Like when they start venturing out, and you know that risk is increasing, they could run into danger in that. I think the cell phone is a very handy. Okay, if you feel unsafe, if you feel like something's going wrong, there it is. Something I was still very stubborn about phones until 21 though. I did that growing up when I was more social. You know, I was bullied a lot and tech saved me. Now, I was definitely a computer person. I got very computer adept. Not super early in my childhood. It was still a little ways through my childhood. I think the first family computer we had was like, well, there was a Windows 95 computer, but I never got to touch that one. Windows 98. We had a Windows 98 computer. That was the first time I was able to get onto like a personal, well, not my own computer. It was still the family computer. Windows XP. There we go. That was when I had my first personal computer. And the experiments that I did on it was quite something. Boobies, indeed, Maddie. My kids were all outdoors active kids. Yeah, I was active outdoors too. And that's definitely something that like I said again, theoretically, if I ever had a child of my own, it's like, I'd love to show them the wonders of nature. And weather, of course. You know, honestly, I don't see why it would be too much of an issue, actually. Getting into weather? My father, my father would take me outside when there's a thunderstorm, and we'd watch it. To be fair, it would still be several hours away, so we don't have to worry about lightning strikes. We lived at the edge of a city, like the very edge of a city, so we had a view of thunderstorms hours before they even arrived. Probably part of why I got heavily invested into weather. So I became a designer. Yeah, technology is... That's the reason why some people become very dependent on their phones, too. It's like, it's an out. It's an out from things that are going on. But yeah, welcome on in, Maddie. Good to see you. I hope you're having a lovely time zone. Got my first personal computer when ME came out. Oh. Yeah. Yeah, computers were definitely not the fastest back then. I'd have a hard time going back to the older computers. I probably wouldn't have the patience for it. Why did I scroll back up here anyways? I'm going to blame Crysta. I remember once my friends had thunder and lightning. Was a lightning person hit close to flashbang the kitten. And the entire place went white. Oh my goodness. Oh, Windows ME, yeah, Windows ME was a very awkward, like, transition operating system. We had some of our school computers back then were Windows ME, and they took forever to load. Like, what the heck? And they were pretty slow. I had blue screen more than function. Oh my goodness. Jeez. Finally off work? Oh, that is good news right there. Heck yes. So far, things are going pretty decent over here. Doing some drawing. We're doing some talking. I remember once tush hands we tush thunder lightning. It was tush lightning. Oh no, tush lightning. Tush it close tush to flashbang kitchen. The entire place of white. Tush lightning. Sounds scary. I'm not sure if I'd feel safe around tush lightning. Here, I'm going to select all of this. Right back to there. And right up to here. We have an operating system at work that we call blue screen. Oh, I mean, the saying used to go, like, update Tuesday, crash Wednesday. I think that was a popular IT go-by. Here, let me unselect all the lines here. There we go. And then we're going to do this. Oh, okay, it's going to fill everything separately. All right. Tush lightning, isn't that just a fart? I'll be tush thunder. I think tush thunder would be the fart. I don't know. I don't know what the light is. Oh my goodness. Oh, hold on. I gotta set this to 30 for certain surfaces. Terminology. I'm trying to unselect. Oh, I got the wrong tool. That's why. Let me just unselect that for now. We're just going to select this because this I want to give a value of 32. Oh boy, it's the creepy, yes. The creepy steeple. Oh, I didn't shade this. Yeah, the blue screen operating system. Oh my goodness. It's 4 a.m. Don't know if I should sleep or vibe here. He's just cozy here. Well, if your body demands sleep, then best to listen to your body, but no, feel free to vibe here if you want. I don't mind either way. Slept most of the day. Oh. Well, like I said, if your body's not demanding you sleep, then you don't really no need to. It's all about what your body is asking you to do. Oh, hold on. I need to add. There we go. Did it add to the heart? No, it's probably going to be hard to notice. We're going to set this to 50. It's a literal blue background with almost a type of coding you have to use. Oh my goodness. Solid background. I see. I see. I remember the old-fashioned themes that Windows XP, Windows 98 had too. Oh, those themes were so interesting. The built-in jungle theme that was in Windows 98. Oh my goodness. You could tell it was pre-2000s. Pre-2000 themes right there. Oh, hold on. I have not done lighting on this. Let's fix that. There we go. And unselect the lines. Put the lighting in there. This is a surface that I set to 30, so we're just gonna keep consistent with that. I'm not even that old. My body sure as hell feels like it with the chronic note. Oh my, yeah. Yeah, illnesses will definitely do that. Especially this time of the year when the weather is changing. Definitely messes around with our functions. Oh. You know what? There. I'm just going to do that because I can also unselect transparent spaces. So now I could just do this. There we go. Oh, we got ads rolling. I see that weather report. I didn't even see... See, I skip right over my bot's messages sometimes. It's like, oh, it says 1 minute... word from big human companies. And then all of a sudden the ads are here. 2050, 20th of November, Mountain Time. We got a reported temperature of minus 2.9, 26.8 Fahrenheit, dew point of minus 5.7, 21.7 Fahrenheit. Winds are 3, gusting 6 kilometers an hour. That's 2 gusting 4 miles per hour. And there we go. I always say I'm legally 26, mentally 5, physically 80. Oh my goodness. That bad humor in my body hurt at 26. When you hit 30, your body gives you a nice reminder too. I got a bit of a reminder there. Got a low-grade fever, gonna lay down. Oh, no worries, Pixie. Definitely rest up. If your body's telling you to rest up, then rest up. Oh my goodness, the fool, welcome on in. Good to see you. Me and Beyonce hope that you feel better. For sure. There's a Beyonce. Payonce. I can't words today. Oh my goodness. No, Beyonce. Like I replaced an E with an I. Like Beyonce. I don't know why. I think I was mixing. I think I was mixing in. I think I mixed 2 terms twice, and it resulted in that. Beyonce. Oh no. Oh no. But yeah, welcome on in, fool. Good to see you. I hope you're having a lovely time zone so far. Oh yeah. My goodness. I thought it was Friday today. It's Thursday. So that means fool just finished. Oh. I hope everything went well. Oh no. Raided into the stream broke. The raid was too intense. Oh my goodness. That sucks. Oh, that means it probably didn't get much of a chance to play Fever Meme then. Oh, maybe we'll catch it in the future. Everybody, if you haven't followed the pool yet, I was playing some nukes with pool just yesterday. So give Pool a follow. Plays a lot of Phasmophobia, but every once in a while spins it up with some games. Oh my goodness. Lovely ISPs. Yeah, guys. Don't get a sound. They're astoundingly terrible from what I'm hearing. Also, what's the one up here in Canada that you want to avoid? Well, don't. I think there's is Virgin just mobile, or do they have internet too? I don't get them. I think their parent company is Rogers. I don't recommend Rogers, but sometimes it works well. Xfinity is pretty bad, and they're full of themselves too. Xfinity and Comcast, those are like the 2 big evil corporations down in the US that have been sticking their noses in where they're not supposed to, and also their service is not the best. Comcast is the best one to get. I mean, they might be better. They're also morally bankrupt, but yeah, if their service is better, there's not too many good. Unfortunately, there's not too many good options that are not big heartless corporation. We got a few up here. Our choices are sort of narrowed a little with a merger. which quite honestly, I feel like our government should have rejected and should have said, nope. But our government is sort of spineless when it comes to that kind of stuff, so, eh. Wish we could get Google Fiber. Yeah, they don't really have that up here. Like we don't even have Google Fiber as an option. We do have fiber though. Fiber offered through some of our other companies, and thankfully we have fiber here. The previous area we were in, I think it was the previous area we didn't have fiber, or was it the area before? Well, the area I lived before that started with no fiber, and then they upgraded it while I was there, and then we moved to a place that didn't have fiber, and then we moved to a place that had freshly installed fiber that didn't work properly. So, hooray! Bothering the ISP about 3 or 4 times before we finally got that resolved. Because they kept sending out technicians that are not properly equipped. Equip your workers, for Pete's sakes. What is happening? Did I not... Okay, it's not noticeable. I see. There's no point in me trying to light up this side, apparently, because it is near impossible to notice. Comcast is the best for many in the US. I have 2 options. Maybe Comcast is a better option. Welcome on in, Lucci. Okay, so apparently Comcast is decently reliable. Like, the company's done some very immoral things in the past, but they got the service, and there's not very many ISPs with good moral fiber. Xfinity is a big ban for Wi-Fi, and I've definitely heard some very mixed things with Xfinity. Well, ISP tried to charge me 3 times the amount to transfer my Wi-Fi to a new place. Oh, wow. We don't have to pay anything to transfer. We didn't have to pay anything to transfer. There was one time where I had to pay a service charge, but I think that's because we didn't have the proper Ethernet ports. For some reason. Why would a place not have a proper Ethernet port? Probably because a lot of ISPs are like, oh, but Wi-Fi is better. No, Wi-Fi is not. Wi-Fi is absolutely not better, and it never will be. Physical connection all the way. If you can get a physical connection, physical connection. Very mixed in general. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I've been hearing. Just play stream off of a hotspot, get 6 times the connection. I know of a few people who've resorted to, you know what? Just gonna use my phone hotspot. Had to, yeah. Yeah, if the connection's way too slow, it gets really miserable. I find if you go below 10 megabits per second, it's like the connection just starts becoming crap. Well, that's upload. Download, you probably want 50 or higher. If you got multiple devices using it, it's better to have 50 or higher. A lot of people live off of 20 though. So up to a new ISP, I was only getting offered 67 megabytes. Yikes. Oh my goodness. That is really low. We don't even I don't even think our ISP offers data plans less than 1 now. Aside from going dataless. Actually, I don't even think they offer 1. I think they offer 2 or higher. 2 gigabytes or higher. Funny enough, I only use 500 megabytes of data. A lot of my operations are all done on the internet itself here, so becomes 8-bit at a point. Oh, jeez. Also, remember wrong. I have to correct myself. It was owned by Cox. Oh, the parent was Comcast. Yeah. Honestly, the fact that these companies are just oh yeah, we're just gonna do several companies under our company. They shouldn't. That should not excuse them from being like close to a monopoly or anything like that. Too many workarounds being done with all this stuff. It gets confusing. Okay, I'm gonna try to do a light in here, but honestly, it's gonna be hard to notice the difference. I'll just apply a nice 50 down here, which is, yeah, extremely hard to notice. Okay, this is going to get a little interesting, though. I can do this. Why am I doing this detail? I don't know why. It's so hard to notice zoomed right in, so when we zoom right out, it's going to be non-existent. It's sorry about everybody. Okay, let me get caught up here. I was oh my goodness, that's all right. I'll be consulting my schedule in regards to that. It's a good thing, by the way. It's a good thing. Consulting my schedule here. I'm consulting my schedule on something pretty freaking cool. So, but I'm not going to talk too much more about it. It'll be a pleasant surprise. All right, let me get caught up here now that we're... What's playing right now? Oh, the Dark Bones Fink theme. I see. Had to go through a parent of a parent. Oh my goodness. Jeez. Wait, it calls Comcast Concast because of how they run. Oh my goodness. Honestly, seems pretty accurate to a lot of these companies. Oh, the company I deal with is so... Let's just say sometimes they send somebody out who knows what they're doing. They're pretty bright. They can figure out what's going on. The next person they send out is a person who's like, "Oh, Wi-Fi is faster than Ethernet." It's like, wow, you're sorry, you're the one putting my network cables. Sorry, you're the one setting up my internet. Can you? Hey, can you guys send somebody else who actually has an education on internet? Like, Wi-Fi is faster than Ethernet. Ah, yes. Ah, yeah, sure, yeah. In what dimension is Wi-Fi faster than Ethernet? This is the whole reason why I want Ethernet cables. Look, Wi-Fi is great to have. You can like wander around wherever with it and that. Signal disturbance? Yep. Yeah. Signal disturbance over direct signal. Doesn't make very much sense. Oh, that's not what I want. There we go. Oh, this is like the theme that plays when you're fighting Metroid Prime. That's right, the Metroid Prime, which only appears in the first Metroid Prime. It sounds very interesting, but yeah, the final boss of Metroid Prime is called Metroid Prime. Who would have thunk it? Ah, there's a delayed jump scare. Honestly, I was wondering. Usually Lucci sneaks in a delayed jump scare. There it is. Now I'm going to completely forget about it by the time it goes off. It always happens. That's how... Hold on a moment. Do I have merchant fingers here?
Excellent.
Ooh, thanks for the excellent. Oh, this is a problem with the body layer. I can take us down to the body layer now because I am not showing us there. Let me just... I'm going to turn the drawn layer back on too. And we're just going to set this back to 5. Trying to save points. Oh, yeah. Probably best. There's some pretty cool redeems further down there that are a little more on the expensive side. Oh, will you look at that? Will you look at that? I forgot. Oh, hold on. I'm not doing this correctly. Hard edge. I forgot to draw a line, apparently. Will you look at that? Okay. Our solution to that is draw the line. It's not size 5, though. It's a size 2. Trying to get a walk-on to scare you. Oh! Or a command to scare you. Cause on-demand fun. Oh my goodness. Now, keep in mind with all the jump scares and all that, I do normalize all the volume that goes through. This is mostly so that I don't deafen anybody else. Oh, jeez. May try to run a bath or a bath and sweat out. Oh yeah, soak in the bath. That can help. Not a bad practice at all. Oh, hold on. I don't need the drawn layer anymore. Oh. There we go. That's better. Now I gotta fix the color layer, because the color layer is also not adjusted properly, so let me just... Yes, exactly. That's the layer I want to erase. Okay. Let's do it. It looks so weird when I'm adjusting them by layer here, but here we go. Okay, awesome. I'm gonna need to pull the color here. There we go. And close layer. Shading. Oh, I need to erase some of that shading layer here. Oh, it's actually... Oh my goodness, it's actually noticeable. Okay. Maybe the shading is a little noticeable. I'm going to set this to 50. That's already set correctly. We're going to set the opacity to 30. dipping for now. Have a good stream. All right. Well, thank you for joining us. Anything, I appreciate it. Hopefully that'll be a nice. Hopefully that'll be a nice relief. We're just going to fix this in the meantime. Oh, wait, hold on. What am I doing? Let's do this. I'm gonna adjust the size of this. Just gonna, yeah, there we go. Oh, this is like new Super Mario Bros. This is the first, I think the Nintendo DS was the first physical Nintendo system that I actually had, like, myself. New Super Mario Bros. Was one of the first games. It was fun. Mario Kart DS followed not long after. I got into the Mario Kart series pretty early. Let me just grab this. Da 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 da. I like the castle theme. Oh. Oh. Well, that would explain why this isn't working very well. Why do I have the eraser set to 30? I don't want it set to 30. Of course the lighting's not going to make much of a difference because I don't have it set correctly. Who the funk set in that correctly would Wow. Well, I really am paying attention to what my settings are. That's more noticeable. I'll just leave it at that. Hey, it's Mystic Cave. So, in terms of first games that I've played, Sonic 2 was one of the very first games that I played. We had a Sega Genesis at home, and usually, back then, the difficulty spike for me was Casino Night because that boss was honestly, that's not a very good boss to fight. That boss is actually really annoying because the game doesn't really tell you. You could jump off the walls, and there's some really good ways to defeat that boss, but it requires a little strategy. Strategy that little me did not understand. So usually Casino Night would be as far as I could make it. Sometimes I would make it to Hilltop. And usually when I make it to Hilltop, I make it to Mystic Cave, and then that's the next wall that I hit, and I usually can't go past there. Eventually, I started getting pretty good at the game and made it to Sky Chase Zone, and managed to bug it out or glitch it. And usually when you glitch out Sky Chase, you fall off and die. So, Winged Fortress was also quite a difficulty spike because there's this annoying series of platforms that give you practically no time. You just have to keep going. The boss wasn't too difficult. It took a few tries to figure out when I was younger, but eventually I figured it out. Then there was the Death Egg Zone. The zone where you have 0 rings and you have to do boss fight and final boss with 0 rings. Ah, very cool. Thankfully, I didn't run into that funny soft lock that you can run into. You could run into it casually if you're really fast to defeat the first boss of the Death Egg Zone. You could soft lock. Sonic the Hedgehog 2 does not have a save system. If you soft lock, you're restarting the whole game. It wasn't until Sonic the Hedgehog 3 that there was a save system. So yeah, that was that's also that could have been a very interesting experience for me. What? Why is the game frozen? I made it this far just for the game to freeze? Oh, this is the final boss of Okami. Yes. Yeah, Krista's curves are like right here. Almost makes it seem like her butt is a dress. No, Krista's just got a big arse, a big tush. Right. You know what's funny? Krista has a decent sized tush, yes. However, she's not the character. She's I think I got a character. Character with it. Whoa, what's going on here? Why? Fill tool, what are you doing? Oh, you know what? I held the control button and accidentally selected a color. I think that's what happened there. Okay, anyway, Crysta is not... She has a tush that would be considered cute. However, she doesn't have the most adorable one. There's actually somebody else who... there's another character that I don't mention very much who has an even cuter one. Wow, we're talking about we're talking about cutest tush of characters now. Yes. Well, you'd almost think this is a Crysta stream. Only someone like Crysta would talk about about tush size. Look, I'm designing Crysta, all right? So it's still Crysta's fault that I'm talking about this. You can tell her it's her fault, but I mean, the next Crysta stream is not until December. Chris is taking a break. Time for a break. Okay, there we go. And lighten to an extent here. Now, again, I'm going to have to do some cross-lighting, and then I'm going to have to modify it when I start getting in the other shading. Yeah, right there. Yeah. Oh, yeah, you can join the... So, yes, you can join the Discord and all that. Again, I'm a socially awkward person. I don't really, like, casually talk too much in the Discord there. Sometimes I'll share clips. There's places to share clips and all that stuff. But there's two big things that you'll find consistent in that Discord. Well, there's also a third thing that you'll find you like about the Discord. First of all, the weather reports usually appear there first, unless Discord is having issues and I have trouble sending it to the webhook. That did happen one time this week, so. But for the most part, the weather reports are going to appear there first. I deploy them to other communities after deploying them there. Second of all, that's where the schedule is. And that is something I'm very consistent with. I publish a schedule weekly, typically early Sunday or late Saturday. And the third big benefit of the Discord, there's practically no pings. The only pings there are is when I go live. That's it. I don't even ping for the schedule, which honestly it probably would be a good habit to ping everybody for a schedule, but now it's just me going live messages. There's some other customization options in there, and like for instance, if you art, there's an option to select there for art and all that. Any forms of self promo on that server though, you have to check the option, and then me or a mod has to manually verify. Mostly it's just to verify that your channel actually exists and that there's nothing too suspicious about it. Just prevents bots from trying to like post stuff in there. Usually the verification's really easy, especially if you have your Twitch linked to your Discord account. That makes it extra easy for us to verify that stuff. I think we got different role categories that we assigned to based on like, hey, have you reached affiliate? Are you standard streamer? Or stuff like that too. But honestly, I don't really think that actually makes a difference in what options are available to you. I'm pretty sure they're all equally the same. Thinking on it, I think I originally did that just for organizational purposes. Organization. Or maybe I was planning on implementing something to that in the future. I don't know. You know, some of the plans that I put into the task list just sit there in the prototype stage because I can't think of what the heck to do with them later. Prototype. Oh, hey, this one might be good. I'll create a draft on this one. Let's see if we can at least get the light in here. Quite honestly. I keep forgetting tomorrow's Friday. I keep repetitively forgetting that tomorrow is Friday. I don't know how many times I'm going to end up doing that. I keep thinking today's Friday. But if today was Friday, I wouldn't be training tomorrow. And I am training tomorrow. My schedule next week is going to be very weird. However, it will not affect the streaming schedule next week. Next week is still going to be business as usual. 6 in the evening, Wednesday to Saturday. As I bump my microphone with my microphone. Classic. Let me see here. So Sunday I can be up late because training starts late. Tuesday training also starts late. Oh, I'm not training on Wednesday. Oh, that's interesting. But I don't stream on Tuesday, so that doesn't really change anything. Training on Thursday. Friday's a very important day. I gotta make sure that I'm not, I think I have a test for an endorsement that day, so. Don't want to be messing around on that day. Oh, that's too strong. Hold on, 15. 15. Okay, so sock material, I think I'm going to set this to 30 as well. Somewhat soft socks. Oh my goodness, one of these days when I design a Crysta outfit, I'm going to have to make her have fuzzy socks. Super fuzzy socks. Just super comfy. Just all that fuzziness for Crysta to enjoy. Still, this ghost over here. This ghost looks like it's getting, like, trapped in the shoe. Shoe ghost. Okay. That's not the button I wanted. We'll finish the light part of the light-in. And I think that'll be our checkpoint. That'll be where we can leave it off at. Hmm. I'll leave it at that. It's very obvious on the socks. Now the shoes, I'm gonna have to make. They're gonna be a different material here, so I'm gonna have to make it a bit of a stronger gradient there. Oh my goodness! Anyone played Mario and Luigi Bowser's Inside Story? That is a really cool Mario and Luigi. Was that one on the DS or was that on the 3DS? I'm trying to remember here. I think it was on the DS. Yeah, it was on the DS. I'm almost certain it's on the DS because otherwise they would have shoved the 3D visuals thing down the developers' throats. Because Nintendo always seems to do that with their systems. At least with their first-party developers, they seem to force them to do this. And to my knowledge, Bowser's Inside Story did not have, 3D, mandatory 3D mechanics or anything like that. And yet, so many people regard Mario and Luigi Bowser's Inside Story as their favorite Mario and Luigi. I can understand why. Rivaled closely by Superstar Saga. Unfortunately, Mario and Luigi Partners in Time sort of gets, like, shafted. Some people didn't like it. The controls get a little difficult. But I mean, look. Superstar Saga also got incredibly difficult. at the end. Because you start the final boss fight with 1 HP. And RNG decides whether you get a move that is easy to survive or a move that's a pain in the arse to dodge. There we go. I'm going to do this. Sounds like saying free zombies. Free zombies. Okay. This is the free zombie song. Did we do light in here? I think we did. Yep, we did. Had to make sure. Okay. So, now we're just gonna... The light part of the light-in. We're also gonna make the light-in a little stronger here because the shoe material is usually tougher. Oh, good. I'm still managing to stay somewhat accurate when it comes to this. I'm playing Outbreak on Saturday? Okay, awesome. I might want I might be moving my Switch temporarily to a different spot, so I gotta plan carefully. Okay, so hardest here. I'm gonna set this to like 90. Yep, that's about right. However, I think this is too strong. Bucket tool, we're gonna set this to 20. Still want it to be stronger, but I don't want it to be like overboard here. Whoa, whoa, whoa. There we go. A little more smoother around the edges. Ooh, this might be a problem. Hold on. Just want this area selected. And then I want the lines unselected. There we go. Oh, why do I even have that part selected? Okay, I think I just gotta be a little more careful with this. Okay, now we gotta do with the other shoe. And then, any other areas that need light in here? Crysta's eyes. Ooh. Palace of Shadows. Oh, this is yeah. My goodness. Bouncing your door playthrough again? We did it last season, but it's just the temptation is there. Nah, I think I'll give it a bit. I think when it comes to revisiting games that are not like separate releases or whatever, I think we'll try to wait at least 5 years. Now, if it's a mod or something like that, if it's like a different version of the game, obviously those are exceptions because those are different. But I think when it comes to like visiting original games or unmodified games and that we've already streamed, I think we'll give it a little before we do it again. Da, da. Yeah, the part that I really love though about the remaster is the fact that they added segments to a lot of the soundtracks. They had little parts, extra parts added to them, and they fit. Keep in mind, this was made with the same engine that Paper Mario Origami King was made in. And they actually did a really good job with the soundtrack. Mind you, there was a few soundtracks where I felt like the Origami King orchestration team got a little carried away and made it way too much Origami King-like. Like the theme used for Atomic Boo, I felt like that was very not Thousand Year Door-like. You know, there's like that certain weird computer-generated instrument where it's like, you know what, that's not really my favorite instrument, and it'd be nice if they just maybe ease off on it a little. Again, my pattern recognition kicks in, and I'm like, oh, that instrument. Yeah, that instrument, I feel like that instrument never really added to the quality of a soundtrack. And I wouldn't mind not having it, or not hearing it. Okay, what's going on here? Not what I want. Also, this shoe is a bit of a different shape here. Cool. Always got to deal with that. Oh, we don't want size 1. Hold on, it was size 3 last time. I'm sort of running over the line a little, but you know what? Whatever. Well, don't worry about it. Okay, we said there was one more, and that was Crysta's eyes. Anyway, couldn't resist doing that. Now, with the eyes, I like to do... Well, first of all, I'd like to do freeform select, and I'd like roughly this area to be targeted. Again, I'm going to deselect the outline part. Now, what I like to do here is I like to do gradient and radial. What the heck's going on here? Hold on. I need to edit the gradient here. Yes, we're going to make it more soft. And I'm going to place it over here. Also, why is the second color... are you kidding me? There we go. That's better. Now we don't have that weird dark effect that was apparently going in... that was going into effect. I'd love to make it heart-shaped, but... you know what I could do? You know what I could do, though? Hold on, hold on. Let's get... yes. Okay, let's do that over here as well. What is this? What is this? Dynamics up. Get this back onto the dock. Why is this in its own separate window? There we go. Now you can actually see what I'm doing with the gradient. Okay, and then we're going to unselect that. We're going to go back to gradient, and we selected around here previously. Nice. Oh, hold on, hold on, hold on. Let's add a little bit of light into the nose. Obviously, it's not the pinkish lighting we were using earlier. What? What are these colors that keep coming out of the woodworks? There we go. Now, this is on skin surface. So once again, I'm going to use an equal deep grade here. Oh, hold on. I got to set this to 30 for the skin surface because it's hard to notice otherwise. And then I got to do this. I got to set this back to 50. And we're going to set this to 50 as well. We're going to save because I don't want to lose progress. Sometimes the software will recover your lost changes, and sometimes it will not. It's very inconsistent, so let's not test that. Wow, thick tail. All right. Very Halloween-y so far. Well, you look at that. I think that is where we will leave it off at. I'm going to bring us over here. I'm going to pause the music. We don't need the music anymore. All right. Well, that was a nice chill time doing some good old drawing. Now, we've arrived at roughly the time when I go and take a look at who I can send you off to. By the way, I honestly... okay, so... I apparently Twitch chose... the charity they chose was a charity that supports birds. I'm all for this. I support birds too. I think sometimes I think birds are inferior to us. Or sorry, superior to us. What am I talking about? Oh my goodness, it's raining hard here. Oh, backside of the storm, perhaps. Definitely some interesting weather happening. You know, if I knew Self was going to be streaming nukes today, I would have chosen to raid Self today. Okay, guys, normally I don't raid the same place 2 days in a row. but Sofa's playing nukes. Sofa's playing nukes. I have to send you over there. Whoa, uh-oh, what did I just do? Wait, what? Why was my title... My title was set incorrectly the whole time. Cool. Neat. Awesome. I thought I pressed that button earlier and apparently didn't do anything. Neat. Anyway, this is the button I meant to press. I'm sending you guys off over there. Congrats to the top 3. In the passive race, you get bonus gold pieces to use in future sound commands. I'd like to thank you for joining, whether you're here in full and part, whether you're active, whether you're lurking somewhere between. It's all greatly appreciated. I love saying that very fast. First raid message is for subs. Second raid message. If you don't have a sub, anybody can use that one. So, there we go. Use one or the other. I hope you guys have a lot of fun over there. I hope you had a lot of fun over here. Next stream is going to be tomorrow at 6 p.m. Mountain Time. We're going to be continuing Bravely Default. On Saturday, look forward to Outbreak. We're going to be doing our weekly storm chasing at 6 p.m. Mountain Time. Next Wednesday, 6 p.m. Mountain Time, look forward to nukes. More nukes. And next Thursday, look forward to... Oh, I definitely don't know what the heck I have next Thursday. Hold on. Oh, it's a surprise. It's a surprise. Look forward to surprise. All right, everybody. Thank you very much for joining. I hope you have a lovely time zone. Take good care of yourselves. Be kind to yourselves. Give my regards to Sylph Surprise. Oh my goodness. Next Thursday is American Thanksgiving. Well, not a stat day for me. I'll be streaming just as usual. But I hope you guys have a fantastic Thanksgiving then. We'll see you later, everybody. That's a good surprise for some people. Oh my goodness. Oh, right.
Sass.